an interesting episode this time. It's really, first of all, I'm under the weather, as you can tell probably. Back from the trip, which was a great trip, but immediately got sick. Mostly all of the work we've been doing, business related, has really been just kind of like the mundane, the monotonous. I got a pretty significant lead that I'm very excited about. It's a pest control company. I have that meeting tomorrow. Very exciting from that front. So I've been kind of practicing building a deck and then just practicing kind of what I'll say. I've just been really under the weather though. To make matters worse, I literally just spilled a bunch of liquid on my computer. So that's wonderful. It's a work computer, so not the best, but we'll see. The computer works fine, except the ports don't work right now. So, like plugging something in gives me an error message. So, and one of my hard drives might be a little cooked. I'm not going to lose anything, I don't think. Fingers crossed. A good place to be in. So, and then the last thing too that I want to say is I've been trying my hardest, my absolute hardest, to not video while I'm in the car, which is where I am right now. And so that's been a challenge. Really, it's been a challenge. So, like, I want to create content that's just not like the lowest hanging fruit that I pick off and then I record when I'm in my car like this. So we'll just see where all that goes, you know, with that client, potential client. So I'm excited about it, but I'm also in my head about it. Like, I'm charging too much, I'm charging too little, I have too much work, it's too little work, it's, you know, all this stuff. So my computer's okay. That's just, you know, an unfortunate thing that happened, but I turned it off. I'm just gonna let it dry out and hopefully it'll be all good, but that's about it. I'm a little stressed out right now. It's the next day. It was late night last night just working on this stuff for this meeting here, and now we're back at it. And we meet in 15 minutes. So it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna just do a little run through of everything I have. I was gonna send through the invoice during the call and the contract during the call, and I just don't have time for that anymore. I just ran out of time. So, but let me fix my background real quick and then. Okay, we got 15 minutes. Let me just run through this as if I'm going through the conversation here. I hate that I ran out of time, but what can you do? You know, just need to approach this with a little bit of energy and, you know, just hope it works out. I have two versions of the deck right now. One for social media management, one that's not, and I don't know which one to take yet. See how the conversation goes. That's kind of where I'm at right now. They're gonna want management. We just gotta do it. Let's just do it. Shoot. Oh, I found an edit. That's horrible. I mean, I guess it's good that I'm catching it now, but dang it, bro. How much time we got? 16 minutes. Okay. You know the vibes. Just stressing out. Talk to you guys like that. Like this is how I'm gonna talk. All right. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to jump on with me. Super excited. How do you know Thompson, by the way? They're going to talk about how they know Thompson. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, me and him have been friends for a few years, and so just super cool connection there. That's sweet. Friday is busy for you, or like is that weird? No. Okay, I have no time to do this stuff. Okay. Is busy for you, or are they not bad? Okay. I love that you guys are a husband and wife team. I'm also a husband and wife team. My wife's not here. She has a full-time job, so she's in the office right now, but yeah, just tell me a little bit about how you guys kind of just got started with Haven. Would love to know more about that. Cool. And then if I look down, I'm just taking notes. So wow, that's really cool. How many employees do you guys have? Cool. Notes down here and over here. So if I'm looking around, it's just I'm very type A and I'm very just clear. Whatever. Don't say that. Today's call, we're going to I can't even read my own handwriting. Today's call, I really just want to hear about what you guys are trying to accomplish. And then we're going to talk about any just past experiences you may have had working with people like me. And then at the very end of the call, I will kind of put that all together and show you what it looks like to work with me. I'll share a screen real quick, see if we're a good fit, and then talk about just next steps, pricing, solutions, all that. That'll be at the very end. So just want to be, you know, very concise, but also very clear and lay everything out for you, just so you get a full picture of everything. So let's start. I want to just kind of ask you, I guess more broadly, just kind of what you think, like social media or marketing or content or what, like what that looks like for you. Just tell me about that. What do you hope an increased presence there will do for you? Another way of saying that is like if you could snap your fingers and instantly have the perfect feed or timeline or content, like what would that look like? Yeah, I want to really identify your dream outcome. And it's okay, so you're telling me that it's revenue or geographic reach or funnel. I see the free quote, icon on your website. Is it quotes or kind of what is your dream outcome? You worked with people before, with creatives before, or kind of what has gone well or hasn't gone well, if you have kind of experience and with that. And the reason I ask that is if we work together, I want to make sure that obviously I don't make those same mistakes. And then also I want to if there's an opportunity there, I want to explain how I would do things differently from what you may have experienced in the past. Great. So far our conversation, your feedback is pretty spot on with the research I did earlier this week about you guys. And so just from viewing your presence online, whether that be just social or just mainly website, and just kind of taking a little bit of a deeper dive there. And so I think that's great. Can I share screen real quick? And I just want to love to share screen just to share what I can do to help you achieve your dream outcome. Let's go management. So here's the management one. Can you guys see this? All right, it's just a few slides here of just kind of some stuff I've put together. I really, again, just want to lay out what working with me looks like, just so you can avoid kind of some pain and some mistakes here. You guys to just have the content that you need so people can see what you do, right? I have this down here under a guiding principle, educates the community. People see what you do. Because marketing, if you boil down marketing to just the smallest iota of what marketing actually is, it's just knowing more about something, right? Like people don't buy the best option oftentimes, they buy what they know the most. And so marketing is actually getting yourself out in front of people. And so to do this on social media, right, with creative content, with photo and video, that's really what this looks like, is educating the community. And also firsthand experiences from homeowners. It seems as though your guys' ideal client profile are people that it's really interesting that you guys are in a service industry. Oh, gosh, I'm talking too fast. You guys are in a service industry, and it's interesting with businesses in the service industry because most of those, especially with pest solutions, they're emotional decisions that are getting made because it's to protect the family, protect the home. It's familial. There's an emotional connection there. And so because of that, I think approaching content should be, from the vantage of, appealing to that emotion. And so maybe firsthand experiences from homeowners with, the management side of things, and also doing this all the viewpoint of the customer and the conversion goal and everything is really important. Okay. We'll accomplish this. Here's the things that we'll do, to make sure that we are just set to go, get on the same page there. A lot of this is planning. It's pre-shooting. Here's another breakdown of what that looks like. So step 7 is the actual shooting and delivery, but there's so much that goes into that because I want us to be on the same page, to communicate so effectively and so thoroughly, to have the systems in place, not only social calendar systems for publishing, but also just before that, to have the systems in place so that we are just green lighted, ready to go. So that like if we take a 1 content shoot day or 2 content shoot days a month, we can very much be very prepared for that. Now let's talk about pricing. Here's the investment breakdown. I'm going to break this down for you to make it easy. I know it might be a little overwhelming, but the yellow and the blue options are the same. It's just in how they are priced. It's the same value here. And so I've kind of diagnosed this as, just from looking at you guys, as 3 reels or 3 videos per month and 12 photos to fill socials, whether that be website or campaigns or email marketing or print collateral, whatever that may look like. And then social media management is right here on top of that, and bring the value of $3,500. Now I know that's not, I know that's not inexpensive. I want you to see the cost effectiveness of this to the value that you guys are getting. So because of that, I want to give you these 2 options here, yellow and blue, to have half off for 3 months. Now we do things in 3-month contracts. So it's 3 months and then that, expires, you walk away or resign. You can walk away, no questions asked, and then resign for 3 months, etc. Now the first one here can be half off, right? And we can do that because I want you guys to be able to see, I'm confident that there's going to be a lot of value here, but I want you guys to see that. Like, I want you guys to see your ROI. And so because of that, we can do this as a trial, or we could do this 30-day test run, which is just 1 month, and then end it at the end of the month, and no questions asked. You can walk away if you need to. However, I am, again, confident that, you'll see results, but I just want to lay this out for you and what this looks like. And so the value of both of these is $3,500. But I want to bring that down on both of these. And so I discounted this one about 40% just for a 1 month, no strings attached if you want to walk away. And then this 3-month one here is an investment of $1,750 a month. So if you want to scale up or down, please, we can talk about that, what your budget sweet spot is based on your specific needs. So is there any questions that you have, or does this make sense so far? Ask that more. Okay. Ask that more. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does this make sense so far? Or I want to get your immediate gut reaction, and I want to kind of talk through some things if you have any questions here. Here's a company similar to yours. Although it's a different industry, it's the same problem, and also it's the same package. I wanted to bring this up. We're in month 3 right now with this company. There's a testimonial in this paragraph, and then here's some of the content that we shot for them. This report came back today or yesterday. They have 2,200 followers, and which is, it's about doubling what they had. They had a little over 1,000. We started. So there's a lot of growth there. And then 106,000 impressions just in 30 days, just in the month of April. So I think that's significant. So they also have a little bit of a different dream outcome. Like, their dream outcome in this case is just brand recognition. So that's going to look a little bit different. But I wanted to give you an example of, a company that has the same package and is experiencing a lot of results. That's all I have. So if you're interested, this is the next steps. All right, that's it. 2 minutes left, and I think that's it. I've rushed through it. I hate rushing through it, but that's it. Time out, time, tweet. Okay. Now we do it for real this time. All right. Here we go. Yo, I'm breaking my silence, it feels like, anyway. I have been trying to record for you guys, and I've set myself with a strict rule of can't do it when you're driving. And as a result, I haven't been doing anything. So that's a personal problem. And as you can see, I'm violating that rule because I'm every single day, I'm trying to look for opportunities. I don't find them. And so that says something about my life, I think. I guess we're going to give a little bit of an update here with just where everything's at. Number 1, got pretty sick. That's number 1. Number 2, just feeling behind in life, honestly, everywhere, every asset of my life, not just this. So that's been a little weird feeling. I'm trying to navigate that. I think honestly, I just haven't had weekend where, there's not a ton on the calendar. So I don't know, because my wife and I have been out of town both these past 2 weekends. So I think that's part of it as well. Just feeling a little weird there. Just not because weekends I think are supposed to be a reset in some ways, end of the week, start of the new week. And with that comes a rhythm, comes pace, comes checkpoint, comes reference points. And without that, it's just, it's just a little weird. So that's number 2. Number 3, I had a really important meeting on Friday. They emailed back on Saturday. I didn't close the deal then or anything like that, but on Saturday they kind of emailed just to give them some time to think about everything, which is usually a red flag. Today's Wednesday. I'm gonna email them. I'll email them today just to ping back and be like, hey, can we hop on a call maybe and talk about anything, if you're struggling with or anything. Or I consider this call a W because they didn't have any price objections, and it was everything went really well. We had a good conversation about everything, and the flow was great. I felt great. That's why I considered it a W. I didn't close them right then and there, which is fine. Although I know that the more time that goes by, the less likely they are to actually, for me to close that. So navigating that, but the only thing really is social proof. I know I have the capabilities for it. I just don't have it. They just have to. There's a little bit of trust component there. especially when you're putting dollars forward too with that. So that's the only thing. And so I'm thinking about making something maybe, or I thought about a few different things, but we'll have to see. So maybe if I can make something and give it to them tomorrow, that would be really nice. Also, in a more broad kind of realm too, I'm thinking about changing my target audience a little bit as well. Not my target audience. I'm not really thinking today. I need like caffeine or something. Ideal client profile a little bit as well, ICP. And it was this kind of these outdoor brands, businesses that benefit from the outdoors, which is great. However, I have nothing to show for in that space, number one. And number two, it's just a little bit, I think I want to just change it to businesses that are here in the city that, offer products or services that could benefit from emotional driven storytelling, testimonials, really just all about storytelling, honestly. So whatever that looks like, in whatever way that looks like, but just kind of richer visuals that, points that drive the customer along the journey towards the point of sale. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because I think that's lower hanging fruit as well in my current situation here. Because I'm in a big city, and I drive down the street and I don't know, about 75% of places. Is that too much? No, about 75% of places are food places or restaurants. And of those remaining 25, there's a good portion of that are like, like, what do you call those? Like warehouses. But besides that, there is this percentage in there of places that are good they need business, Every one of those people need business, but, as it concerns my ICP, like a percentage, even if it's 10%, even if it's 1 in 10 of those fit the bill of my ICP, it's a lot of businesses, because this is a very big city. And so I think that's a little bit lower hanging fruit there. Not in terms of like finding people necessarily, but more so in terms of like actually shooting, creating content, stopping by, having a be here, I don't know. It just feels more right, I think. That's kind of what I'm aiming for here. And that's kind of where our head's at with that. So changing that a little bit. And I feel like I'm not ready to really cold outreach people at all or anything. I have some existing relationships I want to continue to just work with and on, but I don't know. Here's how I'm thinking about it, is like 2 good offers of mine could replace my full-time job. So that's all I need. I feel like I am ahead of the game a little bit. I feel like I do have a little bit of a head start. Like I'm running a race and I have a 100-yard head start. I feel like I've got a little bit of leg up because I've done this before, A, but also B, like I just know, I think, more. Like I know, I don't want to say I know what I'm worth. I just don't like that saying. I don't think it's completely accurate. Like I know the value that I can provide, and I know what I'm capable of in order to provide that value for businesses. So because of how much I know myself, I think that gives me a little bit more of an advantage than someone who doesn't and is in the same market, if that makes sense. So, that being said, I would like to think that I have a little bit of a leg up, but we'll see. 2 to 3 good built offers with content days, with consistent socials that are, each package is, 2 A/B tested reels a month and some pictures, and honestly, that can replace my full-time job. And so that's what I'm just becoming laser focused on that, really. So obviously it's a lot easier said than done, but man, it's 2025. You have all the resources possible. You have all the everything is available, all the knowledge, all the everything is available. There's no more excuses. I got to pull over for a police officer that's hopefully not pulling me over, but I think we just have to get through. So I got
got a goal.